Hi guys, welcome to the podcast. I'm lucky to be joined by Mr. Evans Nana. So Evans, first Ghanaian world's strongest man.
Yeah.
Hell of an achievement.
I mean, it's a dream come true, and I'm still living in a dream. Really grateful for everyone that has been a part of this. It's a dream come true.
So tell me, did you start lifting before you moved to Belgium, or was it more the influence from being in Belgium that got you into strongman?
I used to lift in high school basically because I felt the need to be physically engaged into something. Never did any sports, so I remember going to the gym just to pick up some dumbbells, but didn't do that much. So moving to Belgium and regards to loneliness, I was forced and influenced to join the gym full time. So after work, I remember doing the dishes as students, and after I just had lots of time, went for runs and then started training.
I mean, it's brilliant, and obviously it's a hell of a story. Being the first Ghanaian, do you feel like you're kind of like a pioneer, like for strength sports in Africa at the moment? Because we are starting to see more guys coming into the sport from all over the world, and obviously you're one of the sort of real guys that are pushing from that area of the world. Do you feel like there's a bit of a weight on your shoulders to be like successful and hopefully bring some more guys into the sport?
The pressure is real, and I do give me the privilege, because pressure is a privilege. Of course, not forgetting what BB already did, because Burkina Faso is close to Ghana. BB really did a big thing, trying to introduce the sports to that region of Africa, the western side of it, where Ghana happens to be. So with pioneers like BB, I know there are a few bits of things in Ghana with strongmen, so they have actually been doing a good job before me. So trying to add up to what they've already done, it's a big achievement. And of course, I do have the big burden on myself to kind of like take it a mile further than where they left it.
Yeah, I mean, I think sometimes with sport, you kind of need that person to be the figurehead almost, that guy that inspires a generation. And I think obviously you could be that guy. You're still a young guy yourself, which obviously, you've got a long way to go in the sport in terms of what you can achieve. You can achieve a hell of a lot.
It's beautiful, because I never imagined loving what I do, because it's a hard sport. You have done it so many years, and you understand. You even tell me every day what it took for you to be on top. And honestly, it's exciting to still ride on this journey, giving up everything, already losing a teeth through the process.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful process, and I think I wouldn't trade anything for this.
So, I mean, if you're now, put yourself in your shoes as a youngster growing up, and there was that figurehead, someone that you could relate to, and someone, he's from where I'm from, I want to get into this sport. What would be your message to them wanting to get into strongman?
Well, I think people try to differentiate sports. Let me put it in this way: strongman from real life. Sports or strongman has really influenced my life. It has urged me to be very more responsible, to be consistent, and to push through. Because let's be honest, life gets really hard sometimes. Mindset is something I've gotten to develop through the sports. So I think people wanting to get to the sport should understand strongman in real life is almost the same. It's intertwined. And finding that balance is everything you need. Because people try to run away from finding that, balance, and that's where the magic is. You shouldn't avoid the work, you should embrace the work, and you become one with the work. And you gotta be successful in everywhere in life, because I feel like people try to do part-time things to get, and these guys, they're part-time results. I used to do, things shabbily until I fully dedicated myself to which I'm yet to still find out the results. So my biggest advice to everyone trying to do the sports from Ghana or from any side of Africa is, the sport should be your life. You should breathe it. You should be one with it. And it's not going to do you any harm, because it only promotes your discipline, your consistency, and you find results in every aspect of your life. So
it's funny because recently, obviously, me and you have spoken a lot over the last few weeks. You've been overtraining and everything. And I was going through some tough times, some difficult things behind the scenes a little bit. I've had a lot going on. And you said to me, you were like, we need to, I'm not going to try and sort of get the exact words right. It was along the lines of, we need the rain. And I think that's, kind of, you can't enjoy the sunshine without the rain. And I think that's quite actually what you just said about sport being, sometimes sport is hard and it's difficult and you have to work hard, but you kind of need that to enjoy the success as well. And I think that exactly what you were just hitting on there, it actually does spill over into your real life as well.
I feel like I've been way too comfortable, because to get a chance to do this is a big privilege, and if I want to do this, I have to do it right. So I realize I've been half-assing it through the past 2 years, my first world, second worlds, and now is the time to really commit in terms of dieting, with sleeping, with like family and everything. And I think this is it. The only way failure is assured is when you don't do anything, but then you get to be successful when you try to do bits and everything you could, and then when the results come, you know deep in your heart you did everything you could, and that's the point of time I'm in, you know, getting rid of the comfortability and trying to get uncomfortable.
Yeah.
You know, being uncomfortable, trying to be comfortable, being uncomfortable, if I could put it.
I get
so
you.
the range, basically, yeah.
Yeah, totally get it. And I mean, I just want to take you back. So your first year at World's Strongest Man was 2024?
Yeah, correct.
And I just want you to sort of go back to that. I believe you won the car walk that year?
Yeah.
So that was your first event win at World's Strongest Man. I want to just take you back. I remember my first event win at World's Strongest Man was the truck pull, 2005, Chengdu, China. And it's always like a fond memory for me. Take me back to how it felt winning that first event at World's Strongest Man.
To be fair, I wanted the world record because I do deem myself to be one of the best yoke runners in the world. Of course, you need to believe in yourself, bet on yourself. So getting on there, I knew I would have actually set a record, but things didn't go as planned. That was my first worlds, with pressure coming in the way, and being in the same group with one of my best mates, Ken Francis, played a big role, you know, against me, if I could put it, because I've never been put in a competitive place before, so I kept mirroring him, which was wrong of me to do. So winning that event kind of gave me a bit of an assurance that, hey, Evans, despite, you know, messing up other things, you still came up, showed up, and still won what you were supposed to win, despite, you know, getting the world record.
I mean, me and you've spoken about it a lot, and I've said to you, you have all the talent in the world to be an absolute elite level strongman, like top of the tree, one of those guys.
Yeah.
And the biggest thing that I saw that you were lacking from the outside looking in was that belief in yourself.
Yeah.
It's starting to come now, I think.
I think believe is everything, and I've said this before, like, believe has taken man to the moon. That's so crazy. So imagine what believe is going to do to the world. Believe has moved mountains, literally. So getting to believe in yourself is a superpower, cheat code. People haven't tapped into it yet, and I'm yet to tap into it. Like, fully, genuinely believe in yourself. Like, fully believing, having no doubt. And that comes from the work you actually put in behind the scenes.
I totally agree, mate. People have asked me this loads of times, how do you deal with competition nerves? And for me, it's always been about the preparation. If the preparation's right, the nerves almost, you get them a little bit, but they're a lot less. If you know you've done everything in your power to prepare, which I know this time around you have, you've literally turned your diet on its head, you've been training like a madman, as you always do, but everything's sort of starting to come together. And I think you can, I mean, I certainly can see the growth in your confidence over the last few weeks.
But the tricky thing is, you know, having people like you on board is so beautiful, because you should know when, how and when to push yourself to what limit and when to draw back.
Yeah.
And that's the tricky thing, you know.
That's the frustrating thing with coaching Evans, is trying to get him to hold back. Most people, it's like trying to get him to work hard. With you, it's trying to hold you back. That's the difficult thing.
I do have the imposter syndrome sometimes, because after realizing that this is it, I'm doing World's Strongest Men, I'm like, how do I make this work? Because I've taken this big leap. Everyone knows me now. I'm in the big boy league. This is what I always wanted. So what do I have to do? Work or just stand still? And I think that's where the injury lingers in. Being smart, doing too much, or doing just right what you need.
Yeah, I mean, I think you're dead right there. And obviously, you look at the top guys over the last few years. Your Hoopers, your Toms, they do everything right. And the thing is, they have a lot of natural ability, as you do too. If you want to match what they're doing or surpass them, you've got to match what they're doing away from the competition. So
comes down to recovery as well, I believe. Recovery, because there's no way you could pour from an empty glass. Literally, like being able to make sure you put one foot in front of the other, showing up every day, feeling very properly covered, and being present in training. Yeah, it comes down to that.
So, what's your aspirations going into World's Strongest Man? I know your prep's gone well.
I mean, to be very frank, I would love to make the top 10, and I'm going to make the top 10.
Yeah.
It's not being cocky or being, unrealistic or something. Sometimes you need to be a madman, believe in yourself, and to the point that people are going to be like, what is happening to him? Yes, I've lost my mind. I've lost my head in the game. I've been trying to perfect the craft, and this is what it is about. I mean, how wouldn't I believe in myself now? I'm coming into Worlds this year. I want to make that top 10, and if possible, I want to compete to be the world's strongest man. That's the point.
I don't think anyone that's seen any of your training recently will call you a madman for saying you want to be in the final, because you can see the progression. It's been huge over the last few months.
The human nature is used to, like, let's say, the past. You know, people.
Yeah.
Once you showed people something, they kind of believe in it. Talking of the big names like the Mitchell Hoopers, Tom Stoltman, the Reno now Wall Stringers men, they've shown people what they're capable of. But I do feel that people still have more to show up, you know?
Yeah.
And that's where the games become interesting, because this year at Worlds, everyone is equally good, and there's not going to be any weak group. So everyone would equally have to fight for a chance to literally be the world's strongest men, and that's what it is about, the best of the best, and not people coming just to, you know, show up, but people coming to give 100%, give everything on the field, and that's the point.
Yeah, I mean, I think you're a young guy, and obviously we've talked about your diet. You've changed that quite a bit. Your preparation's been really good. You've kind of really dialed it in this year. Kind of with your career and where you see yourself going, you're still a really young guy. You've got a lot of years left in the sport. Do you feel like now you're in a position to start to challenge any show you go to, or do you feel like you just need a little bit more time? Because you have got plenty of time.
Yeah, it's very tricky, because what is time? Time is relative. Because we might think we have all the time in the world, but we don't necessarily have. At the same time, we do have more time in terms of growth and everything. I feel like this is the time to kind of like put myself out there, believing in myself, like we said. And of course, if the events are right and if the certainties are right, why not me? Why not me? I mean, everyone is coming into this game, playing cards, wanting to win, and I should also want to win. So like, referring back to what you asked before, that's the frame of mind I'm taking with me there, and yeah, I do think I'm fit enough to be seen as a competitive threat, literally, for the title, to be the world's strongest man.
Yeah, I mean, I went back and watched your heat from last year, and obviously you had some big hitters in your heat, and you performed really well, and even the year before you were close to making the final as well. I think that with where you're at mentally, I think that's going to be the biggest shift. You've always had the natural ability. You're a little bit more finely tuned now. But I think the biggest thing is your belief in yourself, and that knowing you've done everything you can, you're prepared for those events, and you're ready to go rock and roll.
It's really funny how you put it, because I get to like self-reflect on myself, being brutally honest. Showing up for my first World Strongest Man, I was like, oh, let's not come last. Of course we didn't come last. We came like, you know, decent placing.
Yeah.
And last year I was like, Evans, you know, you got this. Push yourself to that further. I almost made the final until I zeroed the back doors. So the question is, what if? And that was what I carried through the whole year, coming up to this World's Strongest Man. Yeah. The what if. So I'm yet to still find out that, hey, what if we do everything right? What if we come into this prep fully prepared? Yeah. What if we can't believe in ourselves? What could happen?
Well, I remember having this conversation with you just before Glasgow. Yeah. And let's be honest, like strongman's not like soccer and all these sports where you earn millions and millions and millions of pounds.
Yeah.
But I said to you, this can change your life.
Yeah.
And it did for me. And I think that it sort of was almost, for you, you actually sort of sat there and went kind of, yeah, this can change my life. I can be successful at this. I have all the talent. I can do this. And I think I kind of noticed a shift in you from that point where you started to believe that you can do it.
I feel like at this point in my life, even if I want to be an astronaut, I can be.
Yeah.
That's what strongman has taught me. It might be crazy to say this, but strongman has taught me extreme dedication, extreme passion, because you need to love what you do.
Yeah.
There is no point in you lifting up big rocks, pulling trucks and lorries for no reason. Like you literally happen to be like the framework with most people, Haftor, Eddie House, John Paul Sigmarsson, and so on and so forth. You guys did this not because of the money, but because of the passion, because of the love. And I'm so certain if any one of you decided to be a doctor, whatsoever you could have literally been, because it starts with the mind, the belief. It starts with making something work. Because most people say something and they don't do it. But once you say something and you do it, that's where the belief and the confidence comes from. So that's what I'm still gathering, that's what I'm still trying to find out. And with me being young, I feel like I could still get the puzzle pieces in place, put it all together and literally give a good show.
The puzzle's almost a lot more complete than it was a year ago. Almost.
And fun fact is with Reno now winning last year, coming from nowhere, that was a big cherry on the Iceland. Literally, I call it why? Because it made me believe anything is possible.
Yeah.
Anything. Looking at the stats, people were like, oh yeah, Mitchell Hooper was that amount too slow than Tom. If that happened, he won it. It was his time to win.
Yeah.
He came in with the right mindset. He showed up. He did what he could do. He focused on the heat. He moved on to the final, did what he could do. And I feel like everyone could learn from this.
Yeah, I agree.
Instead of thinking of what could go wrong, just focus on what is ahead of you with one foot in front of the other and keep moving forward and keep pushing.
Control the controllables.
And this is the aspect I'm trying to also observe and I'm trying to use.
Yeah. What you do is in your control. What anyone else does is out of your control. So don't worry about it.
I mean, it's really hard when you think about it. It's world's strongest man.
Yeah.
It's not any other competition. Let's say regionals. It's the world's strongest man.
Yeah.
One of the biggest titles in the world. Everyone is coming in ready. Everyone is coming in fierce. Everyone is coming in with a different mindset. Everyone is coming in with mind games. So I feel like if the best of the best is yet to meet, then it's supposed to be hard.
Yeah.
And that's the beauty of it. That's the beauty of sports.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. It doesn't mean someone is a loser or not, but it's like, it's a sport. Some people will lose, some people would win.
Yeah. And the beauty of sport is it brings everyone together too.
Exactly. After.
Yeah. But mate, I am absolutely buzzing to watch you at World's Strongest Man. We're just, a week and a half before you fly, something like that.
Yeah.
I'm really excited for it. I know prep's gone well. I know you're gunning for that final, and I can't wait to see you get into the final as well, mate.
I mean, if I come in healthy, obviously, which is really going good, I do believe I could really do amazing works, and not only for myself, but for Ghana, for Africa, and to show people whatever you put your mind up to, you can do it. Really, it doesn't matter where you come from. It doesn't matter what your circumstances. You could switch careers and literally make it work. It starts with self-belief, and that's what I'm actually still getting to do, really.
Perfect, mate. I think that's a good point to wrap it up on. Some wise words from Evans there. Thanks for tuning in. Be sure to cheer Evans on at World's Strongest Man this year in Myrtle Beach. He's looking ready and looking focused and sounding like his head's in a great place. So can't wait to see you all there. Woo-hoo. And obviously, cheer Evans on.
Yeah.
Thanks very much. Cheers. Goodbye.
Cheers.